Welcome everybody, it's Mr. B here with the updates highlight video of the 0.67 patch for the forest. Now today we're going to look at some survival book changes, we're going to look at a new building that we have, and we're also going to look at some traps changes. So let's crack on. The new tutorial pages actually look really good. They've been enhanced to make them look like the rest of the survival book. The survival book itself got a lot of changes in the last patch, 0.66, so these tutorial pages have been redesigned to make them look like that. The stats page tab has been updated so it no longer looks like a person. The currently feeling status has also been fixed because it was always hungry after the last update. And the bars have actually been updated as well to match the HUD bars, so that this keeps with the same sort of theme. In the redesign of the survival book in the last patch, the up and down weight arrows had actually disappeared, so that's been fixed in this latest patch. Their arrows are really useful to have to show the trend that your weight is actually going in. Added in the last update was the ability to collect mushrooms. However, the tooltip showing you how many mushrooms you had in your inventory was missing, so that's been fixed. The pots had a redesign as well, so you now hold it with handles at both sides, and it looks a bit sort of burnt and rusty a little bit at the bottom. It actually looks quite good. Turtle shells had some redesign as well, just like the pot. But I think it actually looks quite gross inside. All kind of bony and probably how a turtle shell should look, but I don't really like the look of it. Maybe I'm too squeamish. One of the new changes in the previous update was a turtle shell sled. So they've added new audio to this, which actually sounds really good. Especially when you get over these rocks here. Hear this. Woo! Sounds really scratchy and sounds like it should sound. So here's a new building that we have, a weapon holder on the ground. So instead of building it on the wall like you normally build it, you actually build it on the ground. It's like a weapon plinth. There we go, with a spear on it. Looks quite good. So now you can destroy all 4 fires. Basic fire, the bonfire, the standing fire, and the fire pit without actually lighting them first. Now I didn't know this was a thing. Not something I've ever had to do before. I have destroyed fires, but they've always been lit first. So now you can build it, don't like it, and destroy it. In the last update, we were given the ability to put logs onto ziplines. Now, it was a bit glitched, didn't quite work properly. Now, that's been fixed. What they've also fixed is that you can actually see the logs further away now. So you can see those logs right the way down there. But we're putting 2 logs on, and the one's not coming off until the other one hits it. So there's still a few issues with it. And it's now possible to add logs to damage ziplines. That fixes a bug that was introduced in the last update. In the last update, we were given the ability to use the hole cutter to remove different items from buildings. One of the things it couldn't remove was these ceiling skull lamps, so that problem has been fixed. Another issue that cropped up with the hole cutter removing items was it wouldn't remove rabbit skin. It would remove deer skin, but not rabbit skin from walls for some strange reason. So that's also been fixed. Let's also just check that the hole cutter removes the new ground weapon holder. It looks like it does. Yes, it does. So that's the hole cutter removing all sorts of different items now. So they've fixed the issue where if your fire was actually near water at all, it wouldn't light. Now your fire now has to be significantly underwater before it will not light. As you can see there, we've got one on the beach, a little bit of water on it. It works fine. This one, right under the water, it will not light at all. Previously, if you had a structure that your zipline sat on and you destroyed it, the zipline would stay in place, kind of magically floating in air. We've now fixed that bug. So if you destroy the platform it sits on, the zipline gets destroyed as well. If you now try to take a weapon off of the weapon rack and you already have it in your inventory, it will now fall on the ground just like it happens with other types of resources. That's to bring it into line with things like herbs, etc. You can now trigger explosive traps with projectile weapons like arrows, or in this case spears. Oh, so that was quite an explosion. It caught that bird. You can do it with Molotovs as well. So this one's to be expected. Happy birthday traps and deadfall traps now damage players. They've also increased the width of the deadfall trap, you see that? So when a cannibal runs through it now, they will get caught. But you need to be careful when you're near the traps now. You can creep up the happy birthday trap and still trigger it. But if you try and run through the deadfall trap, it will still get you. The traps are now very powerful. 2 or 3 hits from a happy birthday trap onto a mutant will kill it. However, mutants can now damage traps. Bit of a glitch there, but we've got a dead Virginia there, dead Virginia there, and they've now damaged and destroyed that trap. Trap is gone. You need to be careful of that now. No more happy birthday trap walls. Cannibals still can't damage traps, but the devs will plug that hole. They've done it for mutants. They will do it for cannibals. Cannibals should be able to damage traps. They are just made of wood. I've seen a number of people complaining about this particular change. Mutants can now damage and destroy stone walls. It's to be expected, I suppose. Why can't they damage and destroy stone walls? They are only made of stone. They are mutants after all. But it's going to make a lot of people change the way they play the game, because you can't protect your base at all anymore from mutants, because they can damage and destroy everything in the game now. This is something I had picked up in my live stream, and it was an issue that was introduced in the last update. When you drop cannibals on a fire now, they lie flat as you would expect, and as they used to. There were other changes made in this update that we're not able to demonstrate in the video. When a player was in the caves and it was raining outside, the player was getting cold and wet, so that has been fixed. When the zipline was destroyed and you were actually riding the zipline at the time, it kind of left you in an infinite zipline riding state, so that error has been fixed as well. The happy birthday trap sometimes was not killing enemies after you had reset it, so that's been fixed. And the happy birthday and the deadfall traps have been tweaked to increase the chance of enemies dying reliably when the trap is triggered. Sometimes enemies were not receiving damage when the happy birthday trap was sprung, and that has been fixed. And we've actually got a change to dedicated server as well, where they've fixed the kick and ban features, and the admin commands now also support kicking, banning and unbanning by name. That brings us to the end of our update highlights video. If you liked this video, please click the like button below. This encourages me to produce more content for everybody to enjoy. And if you subscribe to the channel on YouTube or follow me on Twitch or Twitter, you'll get notifications when I'm next streaming or release a video. Thanks for watching today. Your support is very much appreciated. And as always, enjoy the forest and be careful out there.